This morning, Akwa Ibom government Indonesia to partner for mutual benefit. Governor Moino commiserates Udo Ikpeyon family on demise of matriarch. Wife of governor tasked professional photographers and cinematographers on creativity for memory preservation. And Christian Council of Nigeria South Zone calls for promotion of doctrinal teachings. Details shortly. A very good morning to you and welcome to AKBC 45 News. I am Eyagino Paul. Akwa Ibom State government and Indonesia have opened up discussions on mutual benefits. This follows a meeting at Government House when Governor Moino hosted the Indonesian ambassador to Nigeria, Usra Handra Harahap. The meeting created an opportunity to discuss areas of partnership such as aviation and agriculture. A Government House reporter, Patience John, reports.
Receiving the Indonesian ambassador on behalf of the government and people of the state, Governor Moino appreciated the interest of the Indonesian government in Nigeria and by extension Akwa Ibom State, especially in agriculture and blue economy. The governor reasoned that these areas, when utilized, will have positive impact on the citizens, considering the current hardship situation in the country. Governor Moino equally appreciated the proposal by the Indonesian government to support the operation of Ibom A with an aircraft and promised to relate same with the management of the airline.
To work with the team in the area of technology, I like to specifically request collaboration in the area of electric vehicles. I'm sure Indonesia is doing quite well on that. We'd like to work with you on that as well. So we'd like to thank you for your great visit, and we hope that we will quickly put together all of our needs, all of the things we want to do with you, and send you our areas that we seek collaboration and with our business community, and we hope we can start building communications amongst us and then building the trust amongst us, and we should be able to begin to pick this one after the other. I will, as much as possible, convey your offer of aircraft to Ibom, to the management of Ibom Air, and I'm sure they will be willing to pick up that discussions with you.
The Indonesian ambassador to Nigeria, Usra Handra Harahap, said that his visit underscores Indonesia's commitment to strengthening her diplomatic ties with Nigeria, which witnessed steady growth, acknowledging the significant contributions of Akwa Ibom State in fostering the relationship.
Recognizing the importance of the renewable energy sector for sustainable development, Indonesia is open to exploring cooperation in the energy sector with Akwa Ibom State. We can share our knowledge and expertise in renewable energy sources and grid modernization. In this regard, Indonesia would be open to share training and collaboration with interested students who wish to further their education in pilot training school.
Patience John, AKBC News.
Governor Moino has commiserated with the Senior Special Assistant ICT, Dr. Frank Ekpeyong, and other members of the late Udo Ekpeyong family over the death of their mother, Deaconess Elizabeth Udo Ekpeyong. In the condolence message at the funeral held in Ikorokusong, Okanafun local government area, the governor described the demise of Deaconess Elizabeth as an irreparable loss. Patience John of our government house burial reports.
The governor noted that the deceased lived a virtuous life and urged the children to see themselves as a message to many others and the generation she couldn't reach by taking after her virtues while praying for the repose of her soul.
On behalf of the government and people of Akwa Ibom State, I extend to you our deep condolences on the demise of your beloved mother, the late Mrs. Elizabeth Udo Ekpeyong, who while she was with us was a shining example of a virtuous woman. We received the news of the tragic demise of your mother with great shock. We stood there that night as the house was burning. Everybody tried. It was as if Engineer Ekpeyong was going to jump into the fire, but there was no way. In spite of that, we still thank God that you are the ones burying your mother today, and she's not the one standing by your graveside. Be further consoled that your late mother lived a worthy life of emulation, and her spirit will continue to inspire us all. The greatest honor for your mother will be to continue to let the world see in you the shining virtues that endeared her to everyone.
Speaking on behalf of the family, the chief mourner and the senior special assistant to the governor on ICT, Dr. Frank Ekpeyong appreciated the governor for his numerous support, love, and fatherly affection for the family in the moment of grief. He described his departed mother as a peaceful and hospitable mother who lived well.
Your Excellency, thank you so much. The amount of support we've received, Your Excellency, you've led the charge, I'll tell you that. Some of the favor I've received, throughout all this drama is one that, if I start to talk, I think everyone will feel I'm super privileged and perhaps you also by us. But we've really experienced your love, your care, your affection as a father. So all the women here, I'm going to appeal to you. When you go back, please say a prayer for us.
Patience John, AKBC News.
Professional photographers and cinematographers Guild in the States have been commended for the hard work and commitment to the profession by advancing the technology to create memories. The wife of the governor, Pastor Patience, gave the commendation when the body paid her a visit at Government House Uyo. Margaret Bassi reports.
The governor's wife said her respect for professional photographers and cinematographers has doubled after the realization that members of the group are graduates with impressive certifications. While pledging that her office would partner the group in future, the First Lady expressed her gratitude to her husband, Pastor Umoino, for continually encouraging youths in the state to engage in meaningful ventures.
I must confess that today the reality has just hit me that you are professionals in your different fields of what you do. That you are highly educated is another surprise to me. Any photographers, camera. Today, my respect for you has doubled. The young people there, they made us to know that photography or cinematography has gone beyond what we used to know. The way it used to be, anybody on the street who knows how to carry the camera just take pictures or will just carry video on their shoulder. It is beyond all of that these days. Thank God for the governor you have, who encourages.
The president of Akwa Ibom State Professional Photographers and Cinematographers Guild, ASPAC, Mr. Benaya Pius, noted that photography plays a key role in enabling effective communication, giving an opportunity to capture and preserve memories, connect with people, and document history. Mr. Pius stated that the Akwa Ibom State branch of the association, which has the highest workforce in Nigeria, as a way of nurturing creativity, has trained aspiring applicants and provided them with the necessary startup tools, while conveying the group's sense of fulfillment for the audience granted them. Mr. Pius thanked Governor Moino for recognizing the efforts of photographers by creating an office for a special assistant for the governor on photography, pledging their solidarity and continual support to the Moino administration.
This is a monumental milestone in the history of our state. This has not only given us pride, but it has brought a sense of fulfillment. I am delighted to convey the unwavering solidarity and enthusiasm of our guild members in aligning with the vision of His Excellency, the right agenda of the governor.
Also speaking, the personal photographer to the governor's wife, Mr. Udeme Effiong, expressed gratitude and a heartfelt congratulations to Pastor Patience Moino for the launch of a pet project, Golden Initiative for All, JIFA, emphasizing its inclusive nature for all.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for giving me the chance to serve you. When the call came for me to serve you, it was automatic yes.
High points of the event were the presentation of Award of Excellence to the wife of the governor, Pastor Patience Moino, as Ekaiberedem ASPAC had decoration with a Mother Teresa medal, as well as the presentation of 100 wrappers to support the activities of the office of the First Lady. Margaret Bassi, AKBC News.
The Christian Council of Nigeria South Zone has rounded off its 2024 General Assembly with a call on all churches to unite and to promote the teachings of Jesus Christ and acknowledge God Almighty as the only true God. The assembly attracted participants from member churches of the 6 states that make up the South Zone. Details are here presented.
At the Cathedral Church of All Saints, Brook Street, Uyo, venue of the assembly, participants in a communique called on churches to rebuke strange doctrines creeping into the Christendom. They called on the federal government to take steps to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians who are going through severe economic hardship.
CCN South appeal to church leaders to use their pulpit and available platform to correct strange and controversial teachings in the body of Christ. The General Assembly appealed to the government at all levels to see to the suffering of Nigerian citizens and do all in our power to reduce concerns coming from transportation, food supply, and other economic conditions. Christians should be involved in active politics and governance.
The chairman of the Christian Council of Nigeria's South Zone, Reverend Jonathan Higuihu, in his remarks said the meeting was to review the activities of the council, make recommendations on issues, and ensure that members adhere to the aims and objectives of the council.
We make us what we know can map us. What we know can put us ahead of our people. But our mindset is very important. This meeting in our local government at the state level, let us pursue those things that will promote CCN. Number 2.
The state chairman of the CCN, Right Reverend Prince Antai, said there is a need to make reviews that will enhance and strengthen the council and the church. Prince Antai spoke on the state of the nation and promotion of the gospel of Jesus Christ through sound teachings.
They underpin God's mindfulness, and we are very thankful. Furthermore, we thank God for the basic community, all the founding fathers of the council, sustained by love, mutual respect, and unity. We shall sustain the council, making it to grow from strength to strength since the founding 95 years ago.
Professor Norbon Joseph of the University of Uyo, in a keynote address entitled Legacies of Christian Leadership in a Contemporary Political Economy of Nigeria, the South-South narrative, reasoned that Christians have roles to play to better the country's economy, since they are both in churches and in government. Some participants, including the Reverend Ndwese Kwere, spoke on the significance of the assembly.
The council, one of the things is to preach the gospel of Christ and to make sure the world is evangelized. Heresies that are preaching, we just highlighted some now, and we have said that CCM should rise up to calling and make sure such things are opposed.
Participants at the assembly had earlier visited the President General, Fathers in Faith for Good Governance, Prelate Isaiah Iso. Patience Joe, AKBC News.
We'll take a short break now. When we return, we'll bring you more news. Please stay with us. It's so good to have you back. Friends, family, and well-wishers gathered at Ikpikonkon in a local government area to celebrate the 86th birthday of Obon Okunokampo, father to a former Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Glory Edith. The venue was the Presbyterian Church, Ikpikonkon Parish. According to Dr. Glory Edith, who is the president, Mary Slezak and Glow Foundation, the birthday was an occasion to empower women as the world marks Mother's Day. The president and founder of Mary Slezak and Glow Foundation, Dr. Glory Edith, who had earlier paid a surprise visit to her father, expressed gratitude to God for the life of her father. She noted that he had played a significant role in her life and prayed God to continue to keep him alive and in good health. The erstwhile commissioner, who described her father as a disciplinarian who knew the importance of girl education, trained all his children, and has been a role model to her, congratulated the father for turning 86.
Characteristics of a woman, a virtuous woman, a good woman, how to fearless. See, I believe when you have a father or a mother, I am happy. God has said that you will make something, and God will continue. And you will for many years in Jesus' name.
Other people who attended the event, including the member representing INI in the State House of Assembly, spoke of the life and times of Chief Okon Akampo. Chief Okon Akampo, in his response, appreciated God for his life and thanked the daughter for celebrating him. He prayed for God's blessing on her, his siblings, the family, and spouse.
And today, some next to the state. I will go on you send a jam to do when they're going to sorry them about so they work on any swag, jam to do is what jam to do and swan. I got jump for us and I'm I'm 86 today.
The event witnessed presentation of birthday songs from the great-granddaughter of Chiba Kampo, Miss Timaro Maikesian, and the Presbyterian Church Choir. Dr. also used the occasion to celebrate the women of Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Bay Parish, in commemoration of the 2024 Mothering Sunday and supported the women. Eyageno Paul, AKBC News. Congratulations and happy birthday to Obon Okun Akampo. A new educational orientation program known as Mbogi Nisunyan, an initiative of the National Parent Teachers Association of Nigeria, NAPTEN, has been launched on Akwa Ibom radio and television. The program, which shows off 5:30 every Thursday evening, is aimed at adding value to the free and compulsory education policy of Akwa Ibom State government by promoting good study habits, character development, and proper funding of educational institutions. Blessing Isongoyo has the rest of the story.
Speaking at the event which marked the 2024 PTA anniversary celebration, the head of civil service, Elder Efionsen, was represented by Mr. Nsoyo Akaye, Chief Administrative Officer, appreciated the Akwa Ibom chapter of the Parent Teachers Association of Nigeria, NAPTEN, for their commitment in supporting the efforts of the state government to ensure a bright future for Akwa Ibom children.
The presentation of an educational legacy newspaper today will help to preserve and present information for immediate use and future reference.
The Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Idonse Tebet, speaking through her representative, Dr. Gloria Ekbo, Director, Secondary and Higher Education, noted that for some time now, vandalism of school property has been a source of serious concern to the government. She called on parents to pay more attention to the activities of their children to protect them from negative influences.
The children are our children. They are our future. They are not waste the body. As far as education is concerned, it is a business for all of us.
The chairman, State Secondary Education Board, Dr. Ekaite Bongokon, represented by Mr. Joseph Etten, encouraged PTA members to volunteer for the welfare of the children instead of looking for what they should get from the association. The chairman of the occasion and founder, Godwin Etam Foundation, Engineer Godwin Etam, who was represented by the Chief Operating Officer of the foundation, Mr. Jones Akpan, said that a lot of work needed to be done to reverse the alarming rate of cultism, bullying, vandalism, and gender-based violence in schools. The chairman of the National Parent Teachers Association of Nigeria, NAPTAN, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, Dr. Ime Ataide, called on parents and teachers to see the assignment of bringing up their children as service to God, noting that it is not only pastors that have been called into ministry.
What are we thanking God for our children? That throughout this year, we will not have any casualty concerning our children's education.
Papers were presented by the state chairman, Nigeria Union of Teachers, Akwa Ibom Wing, Comrade Eded Okone-Meye, and state chairman, All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, ANCOPS, Dr. Steve Akpabio. Goodwill messages were received from the chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Comrade Sani James, and the paramount ruler of Itu, among others. The anniversary featured the launching of Educational Legacy newspaper, presentation of award to outstanding principals in the state, inauguration of Uyo and pioneering chapters of NAPTAN, as well as presentation by pupils and students in Uyo. Blessing is Songyo, AKBC News.
The village head of Ikoredede in Abakaliki government area, Teidong Etam Jackson Ukbong, has been officially presented with the certificate of recognition by the Akwa Ibom State government. The certificate was presented to the village head by the paramount ruler of Abakaliki government area, Kuku Savior Sylvester Udofia. Udwagabasi Boson witnessed the ceremony.
That was the ambience of the official certification of 5 village heads in Abak local government area. Congratulating the new village heads, the paramount ruler of Abak, Ukuku Udofia, stated that the recognition is an authority to the village heads to ensure peace among their people, as well as eschew violence among the youth. He urged them to judge matters brought before them amicably and avoid entertaining criminal matters, rather refer such to appropriate authorities. The paramount ruler also charged them to protect government property against vandalization in their domain and ensure their effective usage.
Not the state government. Who knows if you get able to come and come and I'm there, but who knows if you get able to come back? You know, you will get into the much more. But you pay better than any more. Well, go and all win. Maybe not come back from any village in any community government, even in Park. Village at them back and body, they will pass it. They were village, certificate. You don't village that. You don't village clan everybody.
One of the 65 village heads, Etidong Etam Jackson Ukbong of Ikoredede, expressed joy and gratitude for the honor done him by the people for selecting and supporting him to ascend the throne of his forebears. While also thanking God for a successful ceremony, he promised Ikoredede people a peaceful and a secured reign. High point of the event was the presentation of certificates. Etidong Etem Jackson Ukbong, village head of Ikoredede, Chief Boniface Udoakan, village head of Atan Midam, Etidong Eric Gibson Etibeng, village head of Ikoredong, Etidong Morris Mataya Zedam, village head of Ikodikbe, and Etidong Peter Ugodo, village head of Ikod Anyankana. Traditional display also featured at the event. A staff of the AKBC and the son of the village head of Ikoredede, Enyet Ukbong, a son-in-law Kufre Umo, and other community heads bared their minds on the certification of their patronage.
Wisdom. ema make feel shape adu send them film e wo janya di boss certificate anya ke jiri dari bang
en passe mi bengen nonye ade mo ya se nonye fio comme fio ke no Solomon
Urawa Batukbosen, AKBC News.
The management and staff of Champion Breweries PLC Uyo has marked the 2024 International Women's Day, where efforts and contributions of women for the growth and advancement of the society were celebrated. The event, which held at the company's premises, featured health talks and had dignitaries in attendance.
Addressing participants, the managing director of Champion Breweries PLC, Uyo, Mr. Inalegu Adoga, noted that the day was marked to recognize the achievements of women, give attention to their challenges, raise awareness on gender equality, and advocate for positive changes with relevance to women affairs. Mr. Adoga, who highlighted the significant progress made towards women inclusion and gender equality, also advocated the elimination of all forms of discrimination and violence against women and girls, as well as encourage full participation and equal opportunities for leadership.
As an organization that is strongly rooted in our Brew a Better World agenda, which is further driven under the empowerment, social and responsibility pillars, our efforts towards the actualization of gender inclusiveness are centered on this social pillar, and we are making remarkable improvements within the available resources that we have. Now, we recognize the importance of women's inclusion in every aspect of the business, and it is really the rationale behind the emergence of women in the usually male-dominated roles in the company.
A former deputy speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Princess Felicia Bassi, celebrated the numerous achievements of women over the years and encouraged those aspiring for leadership positions to understand their values and work on the systematic barriers that hinder progress.
What makes you think when you can prove who you are that the men will not respect you? When you belittle yourself and you think it will come easy, my sister, you must be a slave. When you are diligent, self-determination. I am one woman who likes competition.
A keynote address presented by an AKBC broadcaster, Mrs. Ememi Song, who harped on the 2024 theme for the International Women's Day celebration, Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, inspired women to raise the bar by prioritizing their worth and step on a pedestal that will announce them to their next level. Mrs. Song charged the women to lend their voices by harnessing their ambition, explore opportunities, and take up leadership opportunities, as well as invest in other women.
Changing the narrative. Men have given us opportunity. That's why we have to develop ourselves. I'm not telling you go and be pain overtake with your husband. You can be that and you compliment your man. You start from the home, develop your children, because they're the next future leaders.
The event featured health and safety talks by Dr. Pascaline Nemeka, and remarks by the Human Resources and Development Manager of the company, Ntikarabasi Etok, games and dance challenge, as well as cutting of the 2024 International Women's Day cake.
Friends, family, and relatives of the late Elder Kubiara Sukwa Pongpong of Mbakatai Taminitu local government area converged last weekend to bid him farewell. Elder Kubiara Sukwa Pongpong died at 69. Uyuko Soa reports that the funeral was conducted by Koibo Church, Idarayo Congregation, Uyo Central Superintendency at the Unity Park. Uyo.
Let me
event was solemn, with attendees from all walks of life. It featured testimonies of the life and times of a deceased by family, village and church, as well as the reading of his biography. These all highlighted the sterling qualities and far-reaching impact of the late Kubiat Asukwo Okpongkpong.
He had a lot of virtues that made him who he was until his death. He was a loving and caring father, not only to the biological children, but he also extended that love and care to those around him. He was a mentor, he was an intelligent man, he was very detailed, and he was a disciplinarian.
His life was tailored towards that of being a Christian, which we can see the evidence today. He had one quiet, simple disposition, but yet he is very firm and has this independence when it comes to matters of principle.
Regardless of race, age, or class, he loved reaching out to people and impacting lives positively wherever he was, and his attitude earned him the nickname Area Papa because he knew virtually everyone in his locality. In the church, he was fondly called Father because of the way he took everyone as his child.
The General Superintendent and Chairman of Conference of the Kwaibu Church International, the Reverend Ekpedeme Ifanga, officiated and gave the homily at the event.
There are very good, sincere, God-fearing civil servants, especially in Akwa Ibom State. And I also know there are many offices, I don't know, and God sent me to tell civil servants without insulting them. Prepare for your day.
The wife of a deceased, Enobong, further eulogized the departed patriarch.
That companionship is what I want to really miss. Somebody that you can talk to and also understand what you're saying. You know, that's how you talk to someone and the person is not even hearing what you're saying. But that was not the case with my husband. We understood ourselves.
The remains of the late elder Kubiat Asukwo Okpongkpong were later interred at his country home in Uyu. Uyuko Uswa, AKBC News.
That's all we have for you this morning, but before we go, another look at the top stories. Akwa Ibom State government and Indonesia have opened up discussions on mutual benefits. This follows a meeting at Government House when Governor Moino hosted the Indonesian ambassador to Nigeria, Usra Hendra Harahap. The meeting created an opportunity to discuss areas of partnership such as aviation and agriculture. We also brought a report that Governor Moino has commiserated with the Senior Special Assistant on ICT, Dr. Frank Ekpeyong, and other members of the late Udo Ekpeyong family over the death of their mother, Deaconess Elizabeth Udo Ekpeyong. In his condolence message at the funeral held in Ikorokusong, Okanafo local government area, the governor describes the demise of Deaconess Elizabeth as an irreparable loss. That's where we stop for this morning. Thank you so very much for giving us your time and good morning.